how bad do you want something? And what is something? Well, something, as in I'm talking right now, is about your goal, your mission. Not only how bad do you want your mission, but how badly do you want to accomplish it? What are you willing to do? How far are you willing to go? I want you not to, you don't have to answer these questions to me. I want you to ask yourself these questions. What would you be willing to do? But moreover, what would you be willing to sacrifice? Now we know that, anything, that you want to accomplish, it's not going to come without hard work. We've been over that. It's not going to come without consistent habits, of course. But accomplishing your goal might also come and will also come with sacrifice, giving things up. Everyone talks about you got to work hard, you got to work hard, you got to work hard. And you do. But you also have to work hard and you have to focus. And sometimes that means cutting out the fat, cutting out the superfluous things, cutting out the things that are holding you back from achieving greatness. Now we've cut our addiction to women. First huge thing, I'm sure that's freed up a lot of time. We've gotten in control of our emotions. We've thought about what we want to do, what we want to accomplish in this life, and we've set out on our goal. We are getting rid of old habits and we are making new habits that are going to get us to that next level. But are there some things in our lives that we're doing right now that we should give up or put on the back burner or throw off completely that are holding us back from achieving something amazing, something great? The funny part about feminism is it's sold women, it sold people a lie. It said that, women can have it all. No woman cannot have it all. No one can have it all. No one can have the whole pie. Okay, we are not strong enough. We cannot work hard enough. We do not live long enough to have it all. The man who has a family that goes out and works for 8 to 12 hours a day, 5-7 days a week, he will probably get far in his career. But that time he spends working is time he spends away from his children. He might miss the first word his son says when he's growing up. He might miss the first tooth coming out. He might miss a few soccer games and little league games. He might miss a few birthdays because he's on call or he's traveling. He has a great career and he goes far. But he has had to sacrifice possibly missing key moments in his child's life and missing them so that he can provide for himself and for his family and for his children. That is a sacrifice, hopefully, that he has thought about and that he is willing to make. A sacrifice of missing these key moments maybe, but for the greater good of his children and for achieving his career, his life goal. That to me is a sacrifice, as hard as it would be, one that I would take. People want things. We all want stuff. I want a Ferrari. I want that new MacBook. Actually, I don't want that new MacBook. I want a lot of things. I want to travel around the world. I want to go to Fiji next week and scuba dive. We all want stuff. People want, you walk out your door every day, you want something. Everyone wants something. But it's not enough to want. That's just desire. Everyone desires things. It has to be more than that. It has to be more than desire. You just can't just want it. You have to need it. And if you want it, how bad do you want it? As an example of if people, that come to me a lot and they say, I need some diet advice, I want to get in shape, and they come to me, they know I'm kind of a gym rat, and so they come to me and I say, list out your diet. I want you to, for a week, I want you to write down everything that you eat. Timing, etc., portion size. And they come to me, and then essentially what I do is I take a red pen and I start to cross out the things that they shouldn't be eating, and then I start writing in substitutes next to them, and I write out a meal plan. And generally, when these people come to me, they have most of their food just consists of just junk food, absolute crap. And so a lot of the times I cross out the majority of what they're eating and I substitute in for them healthy food. And you cannot imagine just the bitching and moaning I get. I can't cut out that. I really like that. I want that. And I asked them a very simple question. How bad do you want to get in shape? And they go, I really want to get in shape. And I go, then you will give up this bad food and start eating better so that you can get in shape, that you can look better, you'll feel better, and you'll be healthier. But a lot of these people just revert back to their old ways. They can't stay in the gym, they can't stay on the meal plan, and they just revert back to what is comfortable and the food that they love to eat that keeps them in this unhealthy state. And in that sense, they don't want to be in shape that bad. They don't want it that bad. You know why? Because they're not willing to sacrifice junk food for achieving something better. They obviously wanted the junk food more than they wanted to get in shape and to be healthy. So you have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Everyone wants to be in shape. Everyone wants to look good. You got to want it that much more than everyone every year that has this New Year's plan that just ends up failing because you know what? It's just a little too hard to put down the carton of ice cream and eat some broccoli and chicken. It was just a little too hard to get my ass out the door and to get in the gym 3-4 days a week. It was just a little too hard. Yeah, it's really hard. And clearly they don't want it that bad. And it goes beyond the gym. It goes to life. How bad do you want something? Are you willing to give up certain things that are holding you back from that goal? Are you going to eat better? Are you going to go out less? Stop drinking so much so you can get a good night's sleep and wake up early in the morning? Are you going to start waking up early in the morning, getting a start on the day? Are you going to do these things? Or are you just going to be kind of lazy and just revert back to a low energy state? If you're going to be lazy and revert back to a low energy state, that's your choice. But you clearly don't want you clearly don't want to achieve your goal that bad. When people hear sacrifice, they just want to run for the hills because oh my God, I have to give up something. Well, certain unhealthy things, absolutely you have to give up. And you have to realize that it is going to cause you discomfort. It is going to cause you maybe even pain to give up these things, physical or mental. But you have to look at the long-term goal. You have to realize that you need to do this every single day, that this is going to pay off in the long run. To get to 1,000, it takes 1,000 steps. You can't just jump and get to 1,000. You have to go through each and every step. What's that saying, right? It's Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? And what does that really mean? Rome, this masterpiece civilization, it wasn't built in a day. It took time, effort, and learning. And you cannot put in time, effort, work, and learning if you are doing things that are holding you back. So I want you to ask yourself, what are things you're doing that might be holding you back? Are you going out Thursday, Friday, Saturday? You know what, maybe instead of doing that, going on a 3-day bender every weekend, maybe, Friday to Saturday, maybe even just Saturday. Maybe choose one night a week to go out. Maybe choose, every other week to go out. Cut back. You don't have to give up everything, but you have to cut back. Remember, there is work and there is play. Work is your long-term goal, the thing that you want to accomplish, your mission in this life. And remember, that always has to come before play, not the other way around. You like eating unhealthy? Just cut it out. Healthy body leads to a healthy mind and vice versa. But hey, sometimes maybe do once a week where you have a cheat meal, where you splurge, you eat what you want, you get satiated, you feel better, and it's going to taste that much better because you know you have put in the time and you put in the work and you deserve it. You like sleeping in late? You can sleep in late when all the work is done. Up until then, you get up early, you get on your grind, you keep going every single day. And when Saturday comes around where you've been diligent, you've got all your work done, treat yourself, sleep in late, take a day off, enjoy yourself, do the things that you want to do, watch TV, be a vegetable, and then the next day, get back on to working. Get back on to achieving what you want to achieve. Not only are you going to need to sacrifice or cut things out or even people out that are having a negative influence on you, but you are going to consistently need to stay in motion. An object in motion stays in motion. Okay, when you eventually make working hard, working smart, habitual, it's going to be easy. It's going to be like a sleight of hand. Once you start waking up early every day, your body is going to adapt. You're going to want to wake up early. Sleeping in late is going to be alien to you. When these things become habitual, realize that you have built up momentum. And do not lose that momentum. Keep that momentum. Keep going. Don't stop. Rest for a day, and then Sunday, get right back to it. Something that kept me motivated when I was on my journey to bodybuilding is I took a picture of myself when I first started out, and I was this twig. I mean, I looked like a giraffe, or my brothers called me, looked like a praying mantis. Those praying mantis insects are just ridiculously thin. I took a picture of myself with my shorts, shirt off, just this string bean of a kid, and I put it in my room. I put it on my little bulletin board, and under it, I just wrote the words in all caps, "Never again." So maybe that's what you should do. That is exactly what you should do. Take a picture of yourself. Write down things that you have done that you can no longer do. Have a reminder to yourself of what you have come from. Write down, maybe even make a video telling yourself where you're at, the state you are at, where you want to be, and talk yourself through doing the things that you are doing and how they are holding you back. And then at the end of this video, at the end of your picture, under your list, you need to write, and you need to tell yourself every morning, "Never again." That is you today. That will not be you tomorrow. That will not be you 10 minutes from now. It cannot be you. If you want to achieve greatness, you're going to have to not only sacrifice things, you're going to have to sacrifice your old self. Because that old self of yours, it's not getting you anywhere. You're going to need to make a new you, a better you, a stronger you. And so I want you to post that you on your bulletin board. And I want you to look at that every morning and say to yourself, "Never again." Never ever again can you go back to that. Never again will you go back to that. That is a dead-end person. It is time to shed that skin and become the best possible you that you can be. It is in this new skin that you have that you can accomplish your goal. And so you're going to tell me, you're going to say, "God, accomplishing my goal, it's so much work." It is a lot of work, and it's work. Yes, for the most part it is work. The majority of your life should be working. Of course there can be rest after the work. It's work. I got to change things. I got to do this. I got to shed my old self. I got to make new habits. Absolutely, you do. So where's the reward? Well, one, the reward will eventually come when you accomplish your goal. But at the end of the day, when you come through the door and you've put in a hard day's work, you can finally look at yourself in the mirror. I can look at myself in the mirror when I come home and I've put in a hard day's work. And I know that I did everything that I needed to do today, that I didn't wallow, that I'm not letting the world pass me by. And you know what? That just puts me to bed so much easier than if I were to sit in my home and do nothing and to let opportunities pass me by. That guilt would absolutely drive me into depression and sadness. And that guilt is probably something that many of us are feeling right now. It's going to be a lot of work. But, of course, anything worth achieving is a lot of work. But every day you're going to be able to look yourself in the mirror. You're going to be able to look everyone else in the face, and you're going to be able to say that you put in all the work that you needed to do today, that you put in an honest day's work, and that you are going towards something. And that is true peace of mind, and that is something that not many people in this life have. Now, as you try to shed this old you, as you start to make gradual and drastic changes in yourself and your lifestyle and your habits, you're going to have all those people around you. They're going to be confused. Why are you doing this? You can tell them, of course, that whatever it is that you want to achieve, you're going out and you're doing it, and you realize now what you have to do to get to that place. And with anything unknown, it's going to make people uncomfortable. Not only are the haters going to come out that I've talked already about before, but some people that you thought might have been your friends or might have cared about you might move away, might become in the periphery, not because they hate you or because they don't like you, but because the new you might make them uncomfortable. Not everyone, but some people. And that's going to hurt. It's going to hurt because you might lose someone. You might lose people that you thought once knew you. And these people did once know you, but they knew the old you. They knew the you that probably just sat down and wallowed and stewed in mediocrity. And I'm not saying that to be condescending. I have too. We've all been there. This is my goal. Hopefully these words are going to shake you out of this mediocrity, out of this apathy. And you know what? When you were down in there, when you were just little old you, that's the you they were comfortable with. That's the you they knew. If they leave, it's going to be sad. It's going to hurt. But realize that if they are not comfortable with you evolving into a new, better, more focused, stronger person, then they must not really care about you that much. And that goes for your intimate relationships too. It all comes back to nothing comes without sacrifice. And when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to our dealings with women, the one thing that held me back many times from my work, from my goals, was a relationship. And I am telling you men out there right now, if you're in a relationship, and it goes back to my first video, if you're in a relationship that is keeping you back from achieving greatness, but it's kind of comfortable and you kind of like it and it feels nice, then you have to make a choice. Nothing comes without sacrifice. Are you going to choose her? And are you going to settle? Are you going to stew? Or are you going to wallow down into that place of mediocrity that you are in? Or are you going to cast her aside, break up with her, and choose greatness? Now you're saying to me, well, I can have a relationship and I can have greatness too. Yes, you can. But you can only have the right relationship and have greatness. I'm talking to all the men out there who are in a relationship that is just holding them back, that they are putting in so much time into their relationship that is at the expense of their goals. I am telling you that you have to make a choice, and no choice is easy. You will have to sacrifice something. You're going to sacrifice this dead-end relationship that gives you immediate pleasure and comfort? Or are you going to sacrifice your long-term goal that will not give you immediate pleasure, that will not give you immediate comfort, and that's going to be a lot of hard work, but that will allow you, if you work hard enough, to ascend to even greater heights? Are you going to choose comfort, instant gratification, or are you going to choose a long-term life goal? Make your choice. No one ever said this path would be easy. No one ever said accomplishing your goal would be easy. And you will have to cast off relationships, people, habits, things that are holding you back, things that may have put you in an unhealthy lifestyle or made you do unhealthy life choices. So it is time to make a choice. You pick door A, just comfort, mediocrity, just wallowing, not coming out of this rut. Or do you pick door B? It's going to be uncomfortable at first. It's going to be a lot of work. You're going to have days that you're going to feel like you've regressed back to square one. You're going to have a lot of sleepless nights. But in the end, you will be a better person. You will have achieved things that you never thought you could achieve before. You're going to pick A, instant gratification, comfort, what you know. Or B, you're going to pick the unknown and make a play for something that you might think is beyond you. Make your choice.